And hello everybody, I am Hellhounds20 of YouTube, Hellhounds Fails of Minecraft of Tumblr, and welcome to the first official episode of In Memory I Share. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I was actually not very happy with this. I've been dreading making these videos. But I do know that they are here for a reason. I gotta express myself. I gotta let my opinions be heard, or at least, try and clear my head. So, you might recognize the giant squid in the background. My first ever video on this channel was announcing that I had a surprise for Sky Does Minecraft. And that surprise is right on the other side of the squid, and I really, really wish that showing you guys would have been in a happier video, but this isn't very much of a happy video at all. I have a horse here so I can get to the actual reason behind this video itself, just basically the set, I guess you could say. So, I've been putting this off for about 5 weeks or so. Yeah, about 5 weeks or so. Come on. Thank you. And I believe now would be a good time to finally say it. No difference at all. Wow. This is like the first episode of In Memory I Share, and I guess you could say it's somewhat of a guideline for the rest of these videos. So I stop here real quick. No, come on. No, stay. So basically this first episode is all about this little guy right here. This is my nephew. This is GummyBear. And this little companion cube sheep is Sweetie Pie, who is also right here. And there's another one roaming around in this little pen named Sweetie Pie as well. Like I said, I've been holding this off for about 5 weeks, and I've tried so hard to say and tell everybody that I care about and that I know about, what's going on and more about him. But believe me, it's really hard to talk about him. As you can tell by the helmet, he is definitely a fan of Sky over there. Yeah, there's Sky's original surprise. Hooray. Hooray. Sadly, that's not his surprise anymore. It can kind of still be, but oh well. So, I guess, GummyBear is a fan of, 5 YouTubers, but in total, in this entire world, and I'm not exaggerating here, I am dead serious, 5 people in this world can make GummyBear smile and feel like a little kid. I hate to say it, and I'm not pointing fingers, I'm not accusing anybody, but his parents aren't the best of people, and I've probably said this so many times. And because they're not the best of people, they didn't really have very high priorities. I'm gonna get straight to the point here. A couple months ago, I can't remember how many, to be honest. Hello. It's been quite a while. No, we need the horse to stay here. He got really, really sick, and I've probably mentioned this before in my other videos. Oh, hiya. Hi there. But he got really, really sick, and because his parents weren't the best, they first thought, oh, he's just a little ill, we'll give him some medicine and he'll be fine. Let me turn off my sound because we're walking through a village. It's very noisy. So they gave him some medicines and all that and left him alone. After a while, he started getting worse, and worse, to the point where they had to take him to the hospital. If you don't think that that is scary or would make you nervous, or that doesn't make you nervous, it sure as hell scared me. And it made me nervous as all hell. I don't really trust doctors all that much. But the doctors themselves told us, me and his parents, that if he got worse at all, then he would have to be transferred out of state or to a different city, a better hospital. During that time, when he was still around here, I hoped and prayed that he wouldn't be sent to Seattle. And it's not that I don't like Seattle, it's that I made a promise to him a long time ago, when he was about 4 years old, about a year after he became my nephew. He's my adopted nephew, actually. When he was 4, I promised him that one day I would take him to Seattle and show him where I grew up. Then, about maybe a month or 2 months ago, he got worse, and he was transferred out of state instead of out of town. Sorry, to another town. Sadly, during all this, as I said, his parents aren't the best of people. They paid the nurses and the doctors to keep me away from him. They didn't really keep me away from him. They kept me from watching videos of his favorite YouTubers with him. They kept us from watching our videos. But I still managed to sneak my phone in time to time, and they never really caught on. But when he was transferred out of state, they were paid a little more. And instead of actually caring for him and paying attention to what was needed, they instead mostly focused on trying to keep me from finding out where he was and keeping me from contacting him. He is my nephew, guys. I met him when he was 3 years old. He adopted me as his aunt. I adopted him as my nephew. It's been like this ever since. He was 7. Now, you might notice I'm looking off into the distance. I'm not turning around. And I'm going to finish this little story after I've turned around. Because these 3 guys are the top 3 of his favorites of the YouTubers. But as I said, there's like 6 people in this world, one of them being kind of recent. There's 6 people in this world that can actually make him feel like a little kid. And I can list them off easily. Here, I'll list them off right now. Myself, that's a given. Every year during his birthday, I give him pancakes so he calls me Pancake all the time. And I'm always there for him. I've always been there for him, except for now. Second person, Yogg's cat Zoe. He absolutely loves her Scribblenauts videos, and I love them too. They're very funny and very cute. But we love her videos, and she even wrote him a little letter that I asked that if she could. She wrote a letter to him. I wish I had my Tumblr open to read it out, but I can't. Not while I'm recording. I can't do that. Third person. Derp. Sky Does Minecraft. That's the big one. That's one of his absolute favorites. Before I actually continue that, I want to say this little story right here. GummyBear actually remembers his older brother. And from what his parents told me when I first met them, his older brother died in a car crash with some of his friends. And I know this is probably going to sound very sappy and a little depressing, but he likes to call Sky his older brother a lot. And when he started doing that, oh my god. Not only did it scare me, but also kind of like broke my heart. Like, oh my god, really? Really? Oh god, my feels. Oh. Now, every time this video cuts, there's going to be some fan art, so I'll see you guys right after this first fan art. See ya! and welcome back. I believe that first fan art, if I'm thinking this through, was obviously one drawn by a very good friend of mine. They drew Sky and GummyBear fishing. I still love that image, it's so cute! And I know somebody once, like before, they drew an image of GummyBear riding on Sky's shoulders with like a sword in his hand. And then like one of my fan fiction friends on Tumblr recently wrote a fan fiction about that. It was very, very small, but I thought it was absolutely adorable. And also, again, heartbreaking. So those are the first three people I listed were myself, Yogscast Zoe, thank you so much for the letter, and Sky Does Minecraft. Dude, you definitely have my respects if you can get my little nephew to smile like that. Fourth person, and I'm actually going in ranks of people that I introduced him to, as well as people he really, really likes. He actually numbered these guys himself. I didn't. Oh, I turned around too much. So the fourth person is Yogscast Shin. He loves his stacking videos, and of course I have stacking on Steam as well, but he loved his stacking videos, and he really, really liked his voice. I have to agree with him on that. I really like Shin's voice. But, I don't remember which episodes he got to see of the farming videos. But I do know that he knows about them, and like, while he was in the hospital, he asked me to make him a farmhand kind of skin, so I gotta work on that. Because I know he'd want that. So, the next person, like the fifth person, is another Yogscaster. It's Rithian. We both really like Rithian's playthrough of Alice Madness Returns, Alice in Wonderland, what? And Bioshock 2. I like the Bioshock 2 most. He likes Alice Madness Returns, and it's kind of weird because he's a 7-year-old kid and he shouldn't be looking at this horror and weird stuff and listening to all this swearing, but guess what? His parents aren't the best. And I'm kind of to blame for the horror stuff, because I used to play like Left 4 Dead 2 while he was hanging out with me. So he was introduced to gore and horror a little early, and I want to say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because in all honesty, between the two of us, that was like the best days of our lives. That's all I gotta say. And that's actually very painful to say now. Alright, time to turn around, because I still want to continue this. Ta-da! His 3 most favorite YouTubers. Actually, this isn't true. Shin isn't supposed to be there. I'm sorry, Shin, but you're not supposed to have been there. I posted on Twitter, like, saying that, I was about to make Zoe's skin as a mega statue, which is what these guys are. But then I looked at the skin, and I realized it would have been a huge, huge spoiler for any of those watching, Rithian's, what is it? Blackrock Chronicles. God dang it. Why am I messing that up? But if I had used that skin, it would have been a huge spoiler. And personally, I don't like spoilers. I hate it. And I love the Blackrock Chronicles, and I don't want that to go... I really don't want that to go away. We both loved those videos. So, I changed my mind on the Zoe skin and switched to Shin. And you might have noticed this guy over here. Who is this handsome devil? Eh? Markiplier. He is the most recent one. And there's a lighting error on your chest. Let me get over here. What is this? Boom. I bumped your chest. I'm going to bump your chest again. Nope. There we go. I hate lighting errors. They're so annoying. Dang it. I really hate lighting errors. Really? Am I really going to have to break his leg? Really? More? So, yeah, Markiplier is sort of his newest, like, the newest person on the 6 people that can make him smile. And just as a personal note to you guys, if you ever see this, being like 6th or 3rd or even 4th place in his list of his favorite YouTubers, or people that can make him feel like a kid, it's not a competition. He might have ranked you guys and like chose which one of you guys were, like which level you guys were, but in all honesty, you're all literally tied as his favorite. Because, well, let's be honest, I'm still his number 1, so I'm kidding. Okay, this is still very much bugging me. Sky and Shin are like literally one block away from holding hands. I will admit, I made Sky's statue weeks ago, shortly after GummyBear was put in the hospital. And he wanted me to make a statue of him and Sky doing something. I first wanted to show Sky, like, stomping on a squid, kind of showing GummyBear how it's done, like, teaching him, you know, how to kill squids. I tried, and I failed. I failed so bad. So I instead changed it to Sky is standing behind GummyBear. He's kind of keeping his eye on him, making sure he doesn't get into trouble, which he will get into trouble a lot, and just being right there. Whereas GummyBear is doing his usual thing. He's screaming at somebody, me, most likely, screaming at somebody to get their attention to see who he's standing with. And just FYI, each of these statues, I call these mega statues, they're really not. The mega statues are basically where the one, like a pixel in the character's skin, if I can go to this, you might notice the green, the blue, and the white on the front of my jacket, which is actually my life pendant. Those are all one block, one pixel. But with these mega statues, as you can see from Sky's amulet here, 1 pixel is a 2x2 square. So these guys are enormous. Their legs are 24 blocks long instead of 12. These guys are absolutely huge, and I kinda hate saying that because my mind isn't really where it should be. It's like 2 a.m. here. So if I can focus on the story again, now that I've turned around and things aren't as boring, this is where the video gets a little depressing, and this is where In Memory I Share actually kicks off. Again, if you guys, if these videos do make you upset or sad, personally, I'm sorry, but in all honesty, I'm not. These videos aren't meant for you guys to be entertained with. They're meant for me to blow off some steam, to vent, to think, to clear my mind, and to get whatever's bothering me off my chest. And this has been bothering me for literally 5 weeks. I gotta cut it now. You guys are going to see another fan art, and then we're going to continue with the story. So I will be right back. See you in a bit. Alright, you guys, we're back. You might have seen that fan art was none other about Markiplier and Slenderman. That one was done by a very close friend of mine named Red Z Wolf. Red is a very close friend of mine on Tumblr. I'm definitely going to be leaving links in the description, and if there's any annotations, if I remember the annotations finally, there will be annotations in the video leading to their Tumblr, so you guys can ask them questions and check them out. A lot of these guys are great artists, and they're very nice people. Okay, going from cheerful to depressed. In 3, 2, 1, I'm sad. No, seriously, I am really sad. As I said, I've been putting this off for about 5 weeks. And it was about time that I finally just say it. About 5 weeks ago, my mom dragged me, my brother's best friend, who's actually rooming right like, in the room next to me. He's not here right now. And my dad, we were all dragged over to Seattle, and I will admit I was kind of stupid, kind of seeing what famous YouTubers I could find, and I'm kind of giving hints here, but I'm not gonna say. It's their privacy. But I did try and find people there. Halfway through that visit, I turned off my phone. Mostly because I was, like, my mind wasn't there. I wasn't focused. I was thinking, of course, about GummyBear. And then we get home, and I find there's, like, I had a missed call. And it was from GummyBear's mom. I called her back. We talked. And the reason I've been holding off for 5 weeks. I swear, if I'm gonna cry, I might as well never do In Memory I Share. But again, I need to. I will point this out. Nobody told me what he was sick with. Nobody told me anything. As I said earlier, the doctors and nurses were more focused on keeping me away from my own nephew and, you know, accepting money from his parents to keep me away instead of treating him. Even in this newer hospital that was out of state, they still did what his parents asked. So, I'm going to say this. Only this. And if I'm forced to repeat, or if you put in a comment or send a message asking what it means, I'm both going to be very disappointed and probably well, I don't know what I do. So I'm going to say this, and I hope you understand the first time. GummyBear's not coming home. At all. He's not coming home. Think about that. I'm going to turn on my sound right now. I will point this out right now. Whatever you're seeing, like this map you're seeing will be up for download. And I can't believe I'm even doing this advertising. But it's true. This map will be up for download. And now I realize why I'm saying this. By seeing this video and seeing these statues, odds are, if, a really big if, somebody does decide to download this map, I urge you to not, I repeat, not go into these statues. Mostly the 3 big ones. Don't go into them. Please. The only statue here you can go into is GummyBear, and you can only go into his head. And there is a reason. On a server that I'm a op on, I built another GummyBear statue, but this was when he was still sick. And it was a get well wall. That was really weird to say. But it was basically a large wall of signs and items that people could put up wishing him to get better. That statue has now become a memorial. And now, this statue has become the same. Caleb's Wall of Memory. His real name is Caleb, by the way. Each sign is a message from friends, others from idols and loved ones. No sympathy. He never liked it, and neither did I. This is something I've been trying to get people to understand. I have had 5 weeks to have my mind, to wrap my mind around this. Just because I say I don't want to hear any sympathy doesn't mean I'm asking for more. it means I really don't want to hear it. My mind has come up with enough sympathy messages to be satisfied, to be okay. I don't want to hear any more. So I urge you guys, please, don't go into the big statues. So this is pretty much kicking off the entire In Memory I Share. This is the starter of it all. Letting you guys know right here, right now. The story, if any story is requested about GummyBear, it's going to be a memory. He's not going to make a special guest appearance at all. Or ever. Because he's not coming home. Before the video actually officially ends, I would like to say this from the bottom of my heart, okay? Sky, Shin, Rithian, Zoe, Mark, please, personally, I am very sorry to have dragged you into this. Hell, I bet half of you guys aren't even where you are right now. As I'm recording this, Sky's in Vegas. I can't believe I just said that, but I mean it. He's in Vegas. Have fun. But I am so sorry to have dragged you into this. What else am I to say to him? He asked me for these requests that almost none of them were fulfilled. One of the requests was getting letters, and I kind of had to sum it up, letters of encouragement from the people he admires. And at the time, he wasn't a fan of Markiplier, so I didn't send a request to Mark to get a letter from him. The only letter I got was from Zoe. She was the only person out of 5 YouTubers to send a letter. Another request he made was a shout-out video from the people that he admires. I completely gave up on that one. I tried for days to get these people's attention. And again, wasn't a fan of Mark. That was actually very much recent. Again, I tried to record my own shout-out video for him, but I couldn't do it. The only requests of his that I got done, and the only promises I got done from, was this statue, this set, the Sky and GummyBear thing, and the fan art you've been seeing popping up in the video. I gotta cut it here completely, guys. Thank you so much for watching In Memory I Share, and thank you for understanding. I really wish GummyBear was here to see this. I really wish it was. I am deeply sorry for any of the famous people that I mentioned in this video. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later.